Here are a few products that just don't work as advertised. Number 6. Toe shoes. When the world was first introduced to toe shoes some years ago, most people probably puked in their mouth a little bit the first time they saw them. Whenever people got toe shoes, it was like when people become crossfitters and they couldn't stop talking about CrossFit. It was almost as though a new religion was born. The devoted groups of people who adopted toe shoes and dropped style along the way thought that toe shoes were great for the feet and put them back in touch with the earth. Anytime people asked them, "Hey, what the hell is that on your feet?" these guys often preached about the alleged benefits of toe shoes. Proponents of toe shoes have long argued that it improves running form and prevents injury by forcing its wearers to adopt a forefoot landing. Well, surprise, surprise, there have been some studies that suggest these crazy-looking toe shoes aren't actually any better than normal shoes. A study by the Journal of Applied Physiology found evidence that basically puts these claims to rest. The research, which involved a case study of 37 runners, found that forefoot landing actually made runners tire out more quickly. Not only that, there's not all that much evidence out there to support the claims that it prevents injury. So, while they may not be harmful, the fact it makes runners tire out more quickly is a problem when you're running. During a 2011 interview with NPR, a podiatrist named Dr. James Christina cautioned that the shoes weren't for everyone. He said that there's going to be certain people that would do very well with a minimalist type shoe because they don't need a lot of support for their feet, and they would find it very comfortable. He also went on to note that you never see competitive runners wearing toe shoes. Hey, at least they look better than Crocs, right? Number 5. Flat tummy tee. It should be a red flag whenever reality TV stars such as Farrah Abraham or a Kardashian get on social media to promote an herbal tea that reduces tummy fat. It's, quote, super easy, super healthy, and super gentle. The website says that flat tummy tea can cleanse your system, speed up your metabolism, reduce bloating, and boost your energy. Hey, sounds like they went down the checklist of how to run a diet supplement scam. But hey, don't take it from me. Just check out this disclaimer from their own website. Quote, these statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Hey, I know a couple things that are great at detoxing our bodies. It's called kidneys. Despite branding themselves as a weight loss product, Flat Tummy Tea does no such thing. According to Forbes, it's simply a tea that has regular tea ingredients such as peppermint and green tea. It also contains natural elements such as dandelions and senna roots that act sort of like a laxative, allowing people to temporarily lose some water weight. So this more or less gives the impression of weight loss, but come on, I know my subscribers are smarter than the average viewer. But that hasn't stopped flat tummy teas and other detox plans from becoming all the rage. According to Forbes, Flat Tummy Tea has spent at least $1 million in Instagram ads, which obviously is driving sales. In fact, all of these fit teas have been intensely scrutinized. Products such as Fit Tea, MetaFit, and Bay Tea are pretty much all just marketing. According to fitness blogger Ali Lewis, MetaFit causes so much pain it made her feel like she was being stabbed with a pitchfork. Yeah, just buy a quality regular tea at a place such as Trader Joe's if you're trying to shed some water weight. Or even better, just drink more water. Counterintuitive, right? I'll let you guys figure it out on your own why that works. Number 4. Shake weight. How does someone burn calories? Exerting energy, right? Basically, the more you move your body, the more calories you're going to burn. The shake weight is a modified dumbbell that shakes when you use it, and this increased motion makes you burn more calories. Unfortunately for the shake weight, there are way more effective exercises. What really brought down the shake weight is the fact that when someone uses it, it totally looks like they're, well, you do the math. With the internet being the internet, people have had a lot of fun with the shake weight. The infomercial went viral, amassing millions of views on YouTube, mostly by people watching it for a good laugh. On top of that, South Park, SNL, and The Daily Show have featured various parodies of the shake weight. But hey, any publicity is good publicity, right? After all, within months of its release in 2010, more than 2 million units had been sold, accumulating more than $40 million in sales. I'd almost bet the creators of the shake weight didn't intend it to be a serious product at all. Aside from being an absolutely amazing gag gift, the shake weight isn't exactly the greatest fitness product. It actually comes in 2 different versions, as somehow there's a male and female version. They aren't very heavy, with the female version only weighing 2.5 pounds, and the men's version weighing only 5 pounds. Connected by a spring, this crazy product utilizes what the creators call dynamic inertia. This basically just means that it uses the energy of the motion it creates when you move the dumbbell. I mean, virtually all exercises involve movement and resistance. Calling an exercise dynamic inertia is like branding food as substance. It's not wrong, really, but, yeah. However, I'm still convinced that the shake weight wasn't ever meant to be a serious product. As a gag gift, it has to be up there in the top 10. However, I bet a decent amount of people actually bought this product with the intentions of getting into shape. Number 3. Shei cocoa butter for stretch marks. We all want to look our very best and be as healthy as possible. I'm not saying we all try to look like The Rock when beach season rolls around, but in general, people try to look as good as they possibly can. So it makes sense that a lot of people might use a cream to get rid of stretch marks. After all, stretch marks affect so many different types of people. Pregnant women, teenagers going through puberty, bodybuilders, or anyone who puts on a few extra pounds as they get older. If any of that applies to you, don't bother using cocoa butter to get rid of those unwanted stretch marks. Even though it's advertised as a cream that can make stretch marks disappear simply by rubbing the butter on, actual science would suggest otherwise. A double-blind study carried out in 2008, a team of dermatologists put this bold claim to the test. The test involved 175 pregnant women. About half were given the cocoa butter to rub over their stretch marks, while the rest were given some sort of placebo. Double-blind means neither the researchers nor the participants knew who was taking what. In the end, they found no difference in either group, leading them to conclude that cocoa butter is basically useless in the fight against stretch marks. Whoops! Number 2. Protein powders. How many gym bros do you know out there who are just downing protein basically just to down protein? Maybe you're one of them yourself, and I don't blame you because I used to be one of those gym bros myself. If you're trying to transform your body into the Hulk, do yourself a favor and take it easy on the protein powders. Yes, we all would love to have that perfect body, but the body that protein supplement companies try to sell you isn't achievable through the powders that they're selling. Now, I'm not saying all protein powders are doo-doo or that protein powders have no place in a diet. In fact, protein powders do work when your body needs it and can help in achieving a body that you want. However, what I'm really advocating is that the type of bodies that the athletes have in the ads are pretty much unachievable through just supplementing a normal diet with protein powders alone. Most people down protein powders without putting in the necessary work required at the gym to even need protein powders. Here's the really disturbing tidbit. Since the short-term effects aren't all that evident, a lot of people think protein powders can't hurt them. But the thing is, all that unused and unnecessary protein break down into acidic byproducts, which in turn causes serious strain on the kidneys. Then there's the minority, the people who are really putting in the work, lifting, eating right, eating all the supplements, and yes, they have actually transformed their body into a nice physique. However, it's not the same as the physiques they see on Instagram or in some fitness magazine. The thing is, genetics play a lot into it, and also a lot of athletes out there are taking, let's just call it, some other natural substances that are made by our bodies. These fitness models are getting paid to endorse X product and pretty much dedicating their entire lives to having a body that they have. Protein powders do work, and they do have a place in certain circumstances, but it's no way near as much as you think. What's much more important is eating healthy, natural food along with dedication at the gym, which is really all you need to build a great physique. Number 1, ab belts. One of the world's best soccer players has endorsed a pretty useless and obscure workout gadget. One of the first questions I have on my mind is, what's a guy like Ronaldo, with a net worth north of $400 million, doing endorsing such a weird and useless product? Come on, bro, do you really need more money to endorse something we know doesn't work? There's about a 0% chance here that Ronaldo's ever used this product for more than 10 hours in his life. The Training Gear 6 pad advertises that it can get you into tip-top shape without having to exercise. The Japanese company that manufactures this odd little contraption says you can wear it under your everyday clothes as you go about your business while your body miraculously transforms into a sculpture-like physique. It looks like you can even stick some adhesive pads on your biceps, thighs, or wherever you want to work on to get as toned as you want. This product uses what's known as electronic muscle stimulation, or EMS. The concept has been around for a while. Remember Rocky IV? What it does is send electric waves to your muscles, primarily as a way to relieve pain and regain strength in your muscles. However, lazy people also try to use EMS to build muscle mass and lose body fat without doing any actual dieting or exercise, and that's exactly what's going on with this product. Fitness experts such as Neil Russell are on record as saying the Training Gear 6 pad is no more effective than any of the other get fit quick schemes out there. However, we don't need a fitness expert to tell us that. All we need to do is ask for proof of just one person that either lost a bunch of fat or gained a bunch of muscle using this product. How people fall prey to products such as this shows the power of marketing. Here's what's next. If you were a kid in the 90s, then you probably got your periodic dose of science through TV's super famous show Bill Nye the Science Guy. The show aired on PBS from 1994 to 1999 and was also syndicated to local stations. Known for its quirky humor and rapid-fire MTV-style pacing, the show won